On 5th January 2019, Corporal N.S. Pang left Singapore for exercise Thunder Warrior at Waiouru Military Training Area, New Zealand, as part of his 7th in-camp training and the unit's 8th in-camp training. Exercise Thunder Warrior is a live firing exercise. On 19 January 2019, at about 1900 hours, Corporal Pang sustained an injury while carrying out maintenance work on a Singapore self-propelled howitzer, SSPH, involved in Exercise Thunder Warrior. Corporal Pang was assisting in maintenance work in the SSPH when the gun barrel was lowered, and he was caught between the flick rammer and the slew ring of the SSPH turret. I draw members' attention to the slide which I made in a ministerial statement in February, and if you look at the picture on the top left-hand corner, the flick rammer is in the middle of the picture, the slew ring above it, and when the gun is lowered and the flick rammer goes up, he was caught between the flick rammer and the slew ring. Corporal Pang was attended by the battery medic on site and evacuated to the battalion casualty station at 19:10 hours. He was assessed and stabilized at the BCS before being evacuated to Waiouru Base Medical Center at 19:50 hours. At 21:50 hours, Corporal Pang was heli evacuated to Waikato Hospital, where he was operated on at around 0100 hours. Corporal Pang underwent 2 more surgeries on the 21st and 22nd of January before his condition deteriorated. On 24th January, Corporal Pang succumbed to his injuries. Corporal Pang died from severe sepsis arising from his severe chest and abdominal injuries as a result of being trapped between the flick rammer and the slew ring in the SSPH, unquote. The COI next established a detailed chronology of events leading to the injury and subsequent death of Corporal Pang. To recap from my statement in February, the configuration, the safe positions, and location of key features within the SSPH gun accompany the summary of events which we will distribute now, with your permission, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, please.
Let me take members through the events. On 19 January, Corporal Pang had responded to the call from the Gun Detachment Commander. The Gun Detachment Commander was a 3rd Sergeant N.S. Men, for assistance to conduct corrective maintenance on his SSPH gun. The bearing of the gun was beyond the allowable error and needed to be rectified to resume live firing. Corporal Pang was an armament technician from the Forward Maintenance Platoon designated to perform such work. But as Corporal Pang could not resolve the issue, a regular military expert tool technician was dispatched to join him to perform the maintenance work on the gun. I draw members' attention that there were only 3 persons in the gun when the injury occurred: Corporal N.S. Pang, the 3rd Sergeant Gun Commander, which I will now subsequently refer to as GC, the Gun Commander, and the regular ME2 technician, whom I will refer to as ME Tech. The GC, the Gun Commander, explained the fault to the ME Tech. To rectify the fault, the plan was to change the central processing unit card on the motor drive control unit and ammo handling system box. The box was located near safe position 3. If you remember the previous slide that was shown, the flick rammer is on the bottom left-hand corner, and the box is, as indicated, near safe position 3. The ME Tech briefed the Gun Commander to turn off the AHS, to lock the gun barrel, turn off the engine, and turn off the master switch. To lock the gun barrel required it to be first lowered to the near horizontal standby position. The ME Tech then proceeded to stand at the designated safe position 3 and started to loosen the screws in the AHS box to carry out maintenance work. The ME Tech also saw Corporal Pang removing the screws on the right-hand side of the box. Corporal Pang was not in the designated safe position, and his back was to the barrel of the gun. Based on the COI's findings, the ME Tech informed Corporal Pang in a mix of Mandarin and English that the gun barrel was going to be moved to the standby position, and told Corporal Pang to move either closer to him or to a safe position. Corporal Pang replied in Mandarin that it was fine and that the gun barrel would not hit him. Before he moved the gun barrel to a standby position, the gun commander said he checked if the path was clear and did see Corporal Pang standing near the gun barrel. As the gun barrel was in the highest elevated position, the gun commander wrongly assumed that Corporal Pang would have time to move away, given that it would take some time for the barrel to move into the standby position. The gun commander proceeded to shout, quote, "Stand by, clear away," unquote, before activating the control to move the gun. This was heard by the ME Tech as well as personnel who were standing outside the gun. As the flick rammer was moving up, Corporal Pang was still removing the screws on the box and looking back at the barrel at the same time. He initially made no attempt to move away. The gun commander noticed that Corporal Pang was making some evasive movements as the barrel was moving closer to him. The ME Tech was shocked to see Corporal Pang still in the path of the gun and tried to use his hands to push against the barrel to stop the movement. As the gun barrel made contact with Corporal Pang, the COI opined that instead of activating the emergency stop buttons, both the ME Tech and the gun commander panicked and acted irrationally. The ME Tech tried to push the gun barrel with his hands, while the gun commander went to the main control screen to try to stop the barrel movement. As a result, Corporal Pang was wedged between the flick rammer and the slew ring. These were the detailed events as determined by the COI that led to the serious injuries and untimely death of Corporal Pang. The COI opined that, quote, "The precipitating cause of the incident was due to the lowering of the gun barrel without ensuring that everyone was in their safe positions. A, Corporal Pang was standing in the path of the moving barrel and not in a safe position prior to the gun barrel being moved. B, Corporal Pang did not move to a safe position despite receiving warning that the gun barrel was going to be moved to a standby position. C, the ME Tech did not ensure that Corporal Pang moved to a safe position despite knowing that the gun barrel would be moved. D, the gun commander proceeded to move the gun barrel despite noticing that Corporal Pang was not in a safe position. E, both the gun commander and the ME Tech failed to press the E stop buttons to halt the movement of the gun barrel," unquote. The COI determined there was non-compliance with the standard operating procedures and safety breaches. Quote, "These breaches have contributed to the cause of the incident and are preventable. A, non-enforcement of the safe positions in the SSPH. The gun detachment commander, ME Tech, and Corporal Pang did not follow the strict requirement that everyone must be in a safe position during the movement of the gun barrel. Safe positions 1, 2, and 3 in your handout. The ME Tech was standing slightly away from the ammo loader's position, which is safe position 3, and Corporal Pang was standing in the path of the gun barrel. Although the gun commander had shouted, "Stand by, clear away," and the ME Tech had told Corporal Pang to move closer to him or to move away from the path of the gun barrel, both the gun commander and the ME Tech did not ensure that Corporal Pang was at a safe position before the gun barrel was lowered. The gun commander also did not adhere strictly to the SOP for lowering the gun barrel. Although the GC had shouted, "Stand by, clear away," before lowering the gun barrel, he should have waited for Corporal Pang to be in a safe position before moving the gun barrel to the standby position, but this was not adhered to. This requirement is provided in the SSPH Operator's Manual, that no person should be in the travel path of the barrel or the rammer tray. The GC and ME Tech also did not activate the E-stop buttons when the barrel was being lowered. B, non-compliance of the maintenance manual for the SSPH technicians. It is clearly stated in the maintenance manual for SSPH technicians to ensure that before they embark on the maintenance work to replace the interface card in the AHS, in this case, that the gun must be in a parked position with the gun barrel locked. On the day of the incident, the ME Tech did not ensure that the gun barrel was in a locked position before replacing the interface card. Instead, the ME Tech has started to dismantle the mountings on the gun, even though the gun barrel was not in a standby or locked position, unquote. The COI opined that a combination of following factors contributed to the cause of the incident. I quote, A, lack of coordinated safety control procedure between the gun crew and the maintenance crew during maintenance work on the SSPH. There was a lack of clarity on who should be in the gun, the command and control, and whether there was a need for acknowledgement before the gun barrel is moved. It is the COI's opinion that the gun commander should take command and control to supervise and execute all preventive maintenance and corrective maintenance tasks, as well as ensure safety in the gun, as stated in the SSPH Operator Manual. However, this does not absolve the person activating the gun barrel movement of its responsibility to ensure that everyone is in a safe position before moving the gun barrel. B, commencing maintenance work before the gun barrel was in a locked position. The ME Tech had commenced removing the mountings on the AHS box even before the gun barrel was in a locked position to get on with the job quickly. C, misjudgment of time and space by personnel in the SSPH. Both the ME Tech and the GC had miscalculated the time it took for the flick rammer to hit Corporal Pang. D, emergency stop buttons were not activated to stop the movement of the gun barrel. In their state of panic, when the flick rammer hit Corporal Pang, both the ME Tech and the GC acted irrationally instead of activating the E-stop buttons, unquote. The COI found no evidence indicating that Corporal Pang's death involved foul play or was caused by any deliberate acts. However, the COI found, and I quote, that the incident was due to the lapses of all the servicemen who were in the gun at the time of the incident: the gun commander, ME Tech, and Corporal Pang. Let me repeat this because this is the final conclusion of the COI. The COI found that the incident was due to the lapses of all the servicemen who were in the gun at the time of the incident.